First of all, I want you to visit the Aetherite Plaza. To get there, head west from here till you reach Emerald Avenue, then look to the north. You should see a giant floating crystal called an Aetherite. If it weren't for Aetherites, traveling around Eorzea would be a damn sight more troublesome than it is. Of course, you still need to attune with them before you can use them, so be sure to do that with the one in the plaza. You ever attuned with an Aetherite before, Ning? If Platinum Mirage. Assuming those weapons of yours ain't just for show, you might consider training there. And finally, I want you to visit the Sapphire Avenue Exchange, over on the steps of Thal. Goods from all across Eorzea and beyond turn up there every day. You'll have no trouble finding armor, weapons, or anything else a fledgling adventurer like yourself might need. You might say that everything's for sale here in Ul'dah as long as you've got the guild. Just make sure as you don't pay more than you ought, Ning. There's plenty as won't scruple to swindle unsuspecting foreigners like yourself, especially if they think no one's looking out for their best interests. Which is why I'm giving you this letter. When you visit the exchange, find a gentleman named Cesaroga and give it to him. He'll be happy to tell you about the markets once he's read it. In short then, visit the Aetherite Plaza, the Pugilist Guild, and the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. Simple. Oh, but before you go, a word of advice. While there are more than a few unsavory characters out there who'll try to take advantage of you, there are also some with honest-to-goodness problems who you should consider offering a helping hand to. A lot of folk are lured to this city by the promise of wealth and power. What many of them fail to realize is that instead of chasing after Gil the moment they get here, they ought to be making friends. Let it be known that you're willing to give as much as you get, and opportunities will come your way. Speaking of which, you should speak with the smith over yonder. Those lads always have some good advice for up-and-coming adventurers. Otherwise, that's about it from me. It's past time you got going. Oh, and let me know when you've finished, will you? That way, I won't spend my days worrying that you're down to your small clothes without a guild to your name.
我去做任务喽。
Hail, adventurer! Might you have come at the behest of Miss Momodi of the Quicksand? Excellent. Which brings us to the matter of the attunement fee that will be 100,000 gil, if you please, madam.
啥？
Ha 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 ha! Apologies, but I do so relish the opportunity to make that jest. The look on your face was absolutely priceless. But the fact that you were so easily deceived suggests to me that you are unfamiliar with the use of Aetherites. Allow me to explain. These crystalline agglomerations tap into ethereal energies and are primarily used as a means to travel swiftly from one place to another. Perchance you have heard of return and teleport? Well, these transportation spells make direct use of the Aetherites and their connection to the flow of ether. Given that there is an Aetherite in almost every corner of Eorzea, any adventurer with a mind to explore the realm will wish to seek out and attune herself to each and every one. But even if you have no intention of wandering beyond the Sultanate's borders, it would be prudent for you to attune yourself to any Etherites you encounter from now on. I pray you found that informative. Should you wish to learn more about Etherites or transportation magic, I should be happy to answer your questions.
Where are we going now? Oh, this is the guild, right?
Greetings and welcome to the Pugilist Guild. I see you already walked the path of the pugilist, yet your journey has only just begun. I highly recommend you add your name to our roll, for there is no better place in all the realm to train in our discipline than here. The origins of pugilism as we know it can be traced back to the staging of bare-handed bouts at the Colosseum.
Trace back to staging bare-handed bout at Colosseum.
These contests attracted fighters from far and wide, bringing their myriad styles crashing together on the bloodsands.
Myriad style crashing together on bloodsand.
Amidst this chaotic intermingling of styles, there rose a pugilist of singular strength and skill. This woman made it her life's mission to master every form she encountered, that she might refine her art.
Chaotic. 我先来改一下这个。现在有一个问题就是，我在用翻译的时候，它会自动翻译人的名称，但是我不想让它翻译人的名称。帮我看一下是怎么去解决，因为它会自动，就是自动每一行都翻译人的名称。像这个图片一样，就是他在，就是这个人名应该不需要他翻译，以及也不需要有日本名注释啥的。
Among her many song-worthy exploits, we pugilists remember her participation in a gladiator tournament most fondly. Back when barehanded fighting was still seen as a pastime for peasants, she took on fully armed and armored gladiators and effortlessly bested the lot of them.
Armored gladiators，角斗士。
Word of her feat spread across the realm like wildfire, of course, and Ul'dah swiftly transformed into a center of pugilism, with people flocking from all over to train under this master among masters.
肚子好痛。 看，这个有哪些方面的更新，以及哪些当前项目可以优化的地方。
The woman's name was Cornelia, and it is to her that the Pugilists Guild owes its existence. The art practiced here is based on her all-encompassing style, and this training hall is modeled upon the one which she once built.
All-encompassing style training hall is modeling.
And there it is, a brief history of our guild.
Brief history.
I've told this tale 1,000 times, but gods, it never fails to fan the flames of my fighting spirit. Now then, should you wish to proceed with enrollment, you must first obtain the Guildmaster's approval. Let me know if you would like to meet him. So, are you ready to present yourself for the Guildmaster's inspection? Master Hammond is among the greatest pugilists of our time. For long years, the man ruled the Bloodsands as the Holy Fist, though he has since retired in favor of training aspiring fighters. You will find him overseeing his charges yonder. Go now and show to him the fighting spirit that burns within you. Past time you got your arse back here. Well, What did the dancer have to say about my proposition?
Dancer. Huh?
You're not my errand boy. There's no dancer, there never was. I'm not doing anything indecent, I swear to the gods. What, you're here to enroll? Ho ho ho, well, why didn't you say so sooner? In my capacity as guildmaster, I would be glad to give you a primer on the art of hand-to-hand combat. Doubtless you already know this, but we pugilists fight with our fists and feet. While these don't deal as much damage as a blade, it hardly matters when you can land several blows for each swing of the sword. What we lack in destructive force, we more than make up for in speed and cunning. Under my guidance, not only will you master striking techniques, you'll also learn to string them together to deliver an endless flurry of blows. Only through such fierce combinations can a pugilist realize his potential. Yarr! Crikey, I'm spent from all this talking. You ought to speak more, lass. It'd give me a chance to catch my breath. But where was I? Ah, right. Joining the guild. Before you do so, I must warn you that the path of the pugilist is long and arduous. Do you believe you've got what it takes to go the distance? Be honest with yourself now. Yes, you have fighting spirit. I can see it in your eyes. I see no reason to deny you a place in these halls. Welcome to the guild, lass. For your first lesson, I want you to test your fledgling skills against the vermin of Thanalan. Get out there and put down 3 marmots, 3 hornets, and 3 shrews. Return here when the deed is done.
weaver skill.
And you are? Ho, a newly come adventurer. But of course, yes, I am Cicero. What can I do for you? You would have me teach you the ways of the marketplace? Very wise. As for my fee, what? You expect me to do it for free? Surely you jest. My dear adventurer, when you ask an Uldan for a favor, you should at least try to make it worth his while. Judging by your garb, I rather doubt you could afford my services, but the fact you offer nothing is laughable. Oh, Mistress Momodi instructed you to seek me out, did she? Consider yourself fortunate to have such influential friends. I shall be brief, and you shall be attentive. You stand in the Sapphire Avenue Exchange, the busiest and most profitable marketplace in the Sultanate. Being advantageously situated in relation to the other city-states, Ulda's markets have ever served as both the literal and figurative centers of Eorzean commerce. All the great overland trade routes lead to our city, and the majority of maritime trade between Vilebrand and Aldenard passes through our ports. Because of this, countless companies and consortia have chosen Ulda as their base of operations. They see to it that this marketplace is awash with merchants and moneylenders day and night. Anything a man could ever desire can be purchased here provided as he has sufficient funds. Surely there's something you seek, adventurer? A deadlier sword, perhaps, or a shinier trinket? Whatever it is you want, the exchange will have it. To the north, you will find merchants peddling armor and accessories, curatives, and crafting materials. And to the south, you will find weapons, tools, and an assortment of other useful items for sale. Seek out a particular merchant or browse to your heart's content, but do try to remain aloof should you find something that piques your interest. Decisions made in the heat of the moment are usually unwise, especially where coin is concerned. Ahem, that is all the complimentary aid you shall have from me, and far too much for my taste. My regards to Momodi. Now off with you. How was your tour of the city, Ning? Get lost, did you? Well, Ulda's a big place with lots to see and do, but wandering around aimlessly don't pay the bill. If you're serious about making a living here, you'll need to remember where things are. So when you go exploring, explore like you've got a purpose, eh? All right then. All that's left is for you to work hard, make money, and spend it here at the quicksand.
Alt 加 Z 没有用。
That woman didn't best me. I merely came unprepared. I didn't think when I left my bed this morning that some slighted scold with a paste-sized chip on her shoulder might challenge me to a bloody duel, but I wasn't about to refuse her. Not with everyone watching and my reputation on the line. If I ain't one thing, it's crazy. But here I am, bloodied and bruised while that hell's cat sits over there smirking. What she did ain't proper, and I plan on learning her a lesson. Just this time with a wee bit of help. What say you? She's all yours, friend. If you think you can do any better, I invite you to try. This way. Is there no one who can offer me a challenge? Now let us begin.
打不过，打不过，好了。Snapping strike.
Well, youngling, how are you finding our fine Ulda then? Got your bearings about you yet? If so, mayhap it's time you ventured beyond the city walls. The bustling streets of Ulda are one thing, but the wilds of Thanalan, that's another altogether. I know a bloke you might fancy speaking to, and he you. Name of Papa Sean. You'll find him over at the Ulda Dispatch Yard. No doubt he'll have some work for you. The dispatch yard's over in central Thanalan. Just head out the door across the hall and you'll see the Gate of Nald staring right back at you. Pass through it and head east. You'll come upon it 'fore long. There's dangers beyond the wall, though, more than I'd care to count. Nothing too terrible, mind you, but feisty enough to attack if you draw near. Don't say nobody cared enough to warn you.
Pugilist skill.
Ah, you're back, and none the worse for the exertion. Youthful vigor's a truly blessed thing. You've gotten off to a fine start, lass. To help you on your way, I want you to have this hunting log. Within, you'll find the names of various creatures' opponents that you might hone your skills against.
Various creature.
If you want to become strong, you mustn't neglect your training. Indeed, a pugilist is only as good as the number of strikes he's dealt. Get out there, Ning, and let your fists fly. When the time is right, I'll teach you something new. There's no limit to the potential of youth. I look forward to seeing you come into your own. Ha 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 ha!
还有什么上游需要更新的地方吗？
Another waste of time.
更新到0点，往上，帮我往上更新一个版本。 帮我根据现在的版本号往上更新一个版本，并发到 GitHub 上，给人做安装。现在还有就是字部问题，就是在选项下拉，它不显示，就是你只有选到那个选项，它才显示这个字体，需要更改这个。然后这个下拉框，看看能不能优化一下，做得更好看。